Today we compare two big cities. Both are situated in countries that are currently at war with each other. Both are major population centers. Both are important for their respective countries' war efforts. And both have been heavily impacted by the ongoing conflict. So which will fare worse in a prolonged war, Tehran or Tel Aviv? Tehran is the capital city of Iran and the largest city in Western Asia with a population of around 9 million people. It sits on the central plateau of Iran and has historically been one of the most important cities in the country. It is home to many government buildings and military bases, including the headquarters of Iran's Revolutionary Guard. As such, it is a legitimate military target in any future war with Israel. The city is surrounded by mountains on three sides, which could be used to its advantage to launch surprise attacks on Israeli targets. However, this could also be a disadvantage, as the mountainous terrain makes it difficult to defend the city from an aerial assault. If Israel manages to establish air superiority over Iran, then Tehran would be extremely vulnerable to airstrikes. Furthermore, Tehran is located close to the Iranian nuclear facilities, which may become legitimate military targets for Israel. In that case, the Iranian government may relocate some of its operations to the city, further increasing the risk of civilian casualties. On the other hand, Tel Aviv is the second largest city in Israel after Jerusalem and is home to around 4 million people. It is situated on the coastal plain of the Mediterranean Sea and is one of the most important economic and cultural centers in the country. As a major Israeli city, it is also a potential military target for Iran. However, it is not as important a political and economic center as Tehran. Therefore, it is unlikely that Iran would make the city a priority target in any future war. Additionally, Tel Aviv is located far from the Syrian border, which is where most of the fighting between Israel and Iran has taken place. This means that the city is relatively safe from ground attacks from Iranian forces. But perhaps the biggest advantage Tel Aviv has is that it is located on the coast, which means that the Israel Defense Forces can use naval forces to protect the city from attack. So which city will fare worse in a prolonged war? Well, it depends on how the war is fought. If Iran's primary goal is to destroy the state of Israel, then both cities would likely be targeted heavily. However, if the war is more limited in scope, then Tehran would likely suffer more than Tel Aviv.